LCM of two numbers, sorry, HCF of two numbers is given as 24 and also sum of the numbers as 720. Now we have to find the highest possible LCM. As the HCF is 24, let the numbers be 24x and 24y. So sum, that is 24x plus 24y, is given as 720. If we simplify, it will be x plus y is equals to 30. So the possible values of x and y are nothing but 129, 723, 1119 and 1317. We cannot take the numbers which are not co-prime. So we have to take the values of x and y as co-primes. So there are only 4 pairs. Out of these 4 pairs, maximum, that means the highest LCM will be obtained by 24a and 24b, and x and y. These x and y values must be 13 and 17. So it is 24 times of 13, 24 times of 17. So the LCM will be 24 into 13 into 17, which is 5304. That is option C. 14x plus 9y is equals to 167, and also given that 14x is increased by 27%, 9y is increased by 39%, then 137 is increased by 27%. Now 14x plus 9y is equals to 167 is the given equation, and this 14x is increased by 27%. So 14x plus 27% of 14x, and 9y is increased by 39%, so 39% of 9y. Then 167 plus 27% of 167, which is 33. That will be some equation 2. Similarly, in the second case, 14x is decreased by 27%. So 14x minus 27% of 14x. And 9y is decreased by 39% again. Then this 167 is decreased by z. Now, let us add these equations 2 and 3. If we add these equations 2 and 3, then it will be 2 times of 14x plus 9y is equals to 2 times of 167 plus 33 minus z. If we simplify, the value of z will be 33.
Given that a fruit vendor had some apples and gave half of them and 1 extra apple to the first customer, and similarly remaining of the apples, half of the remaining of the apples and 1 extra apple to the second customer, and same thing is followed to the third customer, and is asking to find the sum of the digits of the number of apples with the vendor initially. So we don't know how many apples are there with the vendor initially, so there are 3 customers. So customer 1, customer 2 and customer 3. After the third customer, he has left with no apples, and with second customer he might have some apples, then first customers. So initially we have to find how many apples were there. Now this problem will be easy if we solve from the answer, that means from the last. So after the third customer, he has left with no apples. That means he'll have left with 0 apples. That means if he is giving half of the apples will be 1 and 1 extra apple, he must have only 2 apples, so that he can give half and 1 extra apple to the third customer. So after the third stage, he'll have only 2 apples. So after the second stage, what does he do? He has given half apples here. That means he must have double apples. That is double of this 2 plus 1 extra apple, which is nothing but 6. Now in the previous stage, he might have double the apples of 6 plus 1. So totally 14. So initially he might have 15 apples, and sum of the digits is 5. So the answer is B.
C and D work together and shade the amount in the ratio of 3:4:5:6 instead of 1/3:1/4:1/5:1/6. So we have to find, anyway, there's a mistake. So we have to find by this mistake how many of them got profit. So the ratio of actual shares is 1/3 to 1/4, 1/5 to 1/6, which is nothing but 20:15:12:10. And the ratio of shares obtained is 3:4:5:6. Let the total money be some 57 into 18x. It is nothing but sum of the first ratios and sum of the second ratios into x. So there are 4 persons ABCD, actual shares as well as obtained shares. Now actually they have to get 20 into first one, 20 into 18, that is sum, into x, and they have obtained 3 times of 57 times of x, which is 171. Similarly, the second case, 15 into 18x, and similarly third, 12 into 18x, 216x, and here 270x, and here 10 into 18x, which is 180x, and here in the second case, 4 into 57x, 228x, 5 into 57x, 285x, 6 into 57x, 342x. So clearly we can see that C and D made a profit due to this mistake. So only 2%. Answer is C. He has borrowed rupees 8,000 from a money lender for 3 years at compound interest, which is compounded annually. And also given that interest for the third year as 2,304. Now we have to find the rate of interest per annum. So let the rate of interest be some R%. Now principal at the end of 2 years will be 8,000 as the principal into 1 plus R by 100 whole square. Also given that principal after 3 years is 8,000, interest after 3 years is 8,000 into 1 plus 100 whole square into 1 into R by 100 is equal to 2304. Reason is, after end of 2 years, this value will be taken as the principal for the next year. So the interest on the third year will be calculated on this amount. So interest is given as 2304. So we'll use the formula PTR by 100 to calculate this value, which implies 100 plus R whole square into R is equals to 288,000. By trial and error method, we'll get the value of R as 20, which is option D.